Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, I've been seeing a lot of stuff in the news lately about Neuralink, Elon Musk's company that it's supposed to be about making brain chips. I think that's what they call it BCI, brain computer interface, is what they want to call it. And recently they had their first human trial that appears to be successful. The person who this was installed into, the latest posts have said that they were in recovery. Apparently, some testing will be done soon. The statement from Musk said he's hoping that this person is able to control a cell phone with this computer uplink. Now, as far as this technology as a whole goes, this sort of interfacing with tech without using your hands, because for most of us, really for your whole life up until this point, that's how we've used technology. Sometimes there's eye tracking stuff that you can use, but for the most part, it's through tactile interfaces. It's touching, whether it's your hands. There are people who are quadriplegics who use the mouth joysticks. There are some people who you might have seen competitive gamers using those sort of things and winning and topping leaderboards with that stuff. But it's all been through touch. This is going to be one of the first times we get into this brain interface with things, and I like the idea of it. I do see it as something that could be very useful for people who are hindered in other ways. If you lose the ability to use your hands, or for quadriplegics, it seems like it would be a very innovative way for those people to still participate in normal society. It's about helping people. That's what most technological advancement should be for, in my opinion, is for the benefit of mankind. Now, for this first gen of this stuff, I don't think that's what it's going to be used for. And I'm not exactly upset about that, but just hear me out with this. I don't feel that there's going to be any governmental testing with this product. Like they're not going to be using this on unsuspecting civilians or like a prison populace or stuff like that. It costs about $10,000 to have these installed. However, there are plenty of people who are Musk fanboys who are willing to shell out that much money for anything this guy produces. I mean, just look at the Cybertruck sales and now the results from the Cybertrucks being on the road, the stress testing, all that stuff. I'm sure you heard the stories about the Tesla being caught on fire when it was just in the sun. So, but there are still people who are willing to give this guy any amount of money for the new product. These people will, I mean, for lack of a better word, this is going to sound callous of me, but they're going to be guinea pigs for the Gen 1 brain chips. Gen 2, Gen 3, that's when I'll probably start feeling safe with it. But I'll be honest with you, for the time being, while these muskrats are doing the human trials for us, or paying to be test subjects for us, I don't really like Apple products, but if you really want that kind of interface in your life of something where it's, eye control, not a touching thing, but, maybe you use your hands and interact in an AR sense, just get those Apple goggles. They look silly. I think they look like a ski mask and all, but this isn't going to run the risk of you burning your brain out. The cyberpunk has that whole thing about synapse burnout and all that, but you don't even need to look at the far future for that. Just look at your TV remote if you get the chance, or I guess the one at your parents' house if you don't have like cable or whatever. There's probably a button on there that's for some defunct like streaming service or like DVR box or something like that. Now, instead of imagining that as a button on your remote, imagine that as a chip in your brain. I hope that is enough of a thought for you to maybe reconsider allowing Elon Musk's company to put, relatively newly tested hardware in your brain. But we'll see what happens with that. You know, again, I'm not opposed to this sort of interface style technology. I am a fan of technology. The terminally online part of my name is about how much I love computers and video games and really any sort of electronical, I don't know, material, if you want to call it that. Anything that runs on wires. I'm cool with it. But this first gen stuff is going to be scary. This is very uncharted waters, so don't worry about it for now. Read the tests that come out of it, keep up with it that way, but I would not recommend putting one in your brain, at least until maybe third gen. Get the goggles for now. Save your gray matter for something that is really important. But yeah, just wait for that test subject to get more news, and until then, y'all try to have a good day.